What's up, everybody? How you doing? Hopefully this video is gonna work now. I deleted everything off my computer so I can show you how to do this from scratch. And what we're gonna do a what we call a wedding planner that I happened to do in my boot camp that I went to. And I deleted those videos because I went through it. I was trying to follow along on my own video to see if I could, follow along on my own video, and then lo and behold, I didn't understand what the heck I was talking about. So I'm gonna try to do this top of my head, but first we're gonna do all the CRUD operations. But first we're gonna add this and forgive the background information, noise. This is my family in the living room. We good. So we're gonna first get out of this, and we're gonna come here and we're gonna download all this stuff, and I'm gonna do all my stuff on the D drive. So hopefully this works out. So let's come over here, and let's come. That's right here. Let's come here, and we're here, and let's go to. This is one of the things it wanted me to do, and I clicked out of it. I'm sorry. And I wanted to go Entity Frameworks, and we're gonna go to Wedding Planner, and we're gonna be doing this. Let me explain this real quick. We're gonna have two separate. I could do this with a partial, and it'll look all right. But I'm gonna do this with a registration form and a login form. So. Initially it's going to be the login form, and I'm not going to be doing all the code. I'm going to be copying and pasting a lot of that code, because why code something if you're trying to just do it for explanation? Like I'm not the greatest CSS, Bootstrap, and etc. So I'm going to be using Bootswatch, I believe, and then I'm going to be just doing the Bootstrap stuff and probably using Bootswatch to make all the colors change a little bit. But this right here is basically what we're going to do. We have a login, would probably be the main page. And it's like, you don't have an account yet, register. And then we're going to have the register section. And you're going to have all these, validated and stuff like that. We're going to have, when they log in, they're going to go into the wedding planners. The first thing they're going to see is all the weddings. If they click on the name, it's going to bring it down to a single view. Or if they click on new, well, if they click on RSVP, it'll change this to 6. If they on RSVP, it'll change that to 11. See? And then if you click on new wedding, it's going to bring you here. And after you create this, it's going to bring you back over here. So we need validations and everything for here. We need a way to get RSVPs, reserve. So I don't even know what RSVP stands, like reserve something valuable player. I don't know. And then over here, they show you all the guests that's going. And then they show you the wedding name and etc. like that. So now that we know what we're gonna do, we need the proper tools to do it. So I'm gonna show you the installation process first. Now I hope this works, because I was having a lot of issues, and I found out I didn't uninstall one of the installations of this, and it ruined everything for me. So let's try it again. We're gonna download this. I'm gonna have it in my D drive underneath my programs, and this is the SQL Server 2019. And I'm gonna change the name so I know what it is. And I'm going to put SQL Server like that, 2019, and then I'm going to press enter. As you can see here, it's already downloaded. I have a decent speed in my internet, and I have a decent computer. It's an older gaming computer, so it's not the best, but we're going to work with it, okay? As we're going to click on basic, and we're going to click accept. We want the installation. I want it to go to my D drive. Now if this messes up, oh well, I'll start this over, and we're gonna go to my D drive, and we're gonna go to programs, okay? I'm gonna press OK with that, and we're gonna just call this Microsoft SQL Server. Let's like that, and then we could press install here now. So this is where it's going to install now. The downloading might not take forever, like downloading the installation packages, but the installation might take a longer time because I'm doing it on a D drive, and hopefully my computer's completely clear of all this, and that'll be that. So let's see how long it's gonna take. Well, while we're doing that, might as well go get the next thing we're gonna need. Sometimes when you finish downloading and installing it properly, it will let you know what's going on. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to open a new one, and I'm going to just download this right here. This is called the Server Management Studio. But what it's for is when you actually have a database connection thing from a SQL server, it allows you to see what's inside of it. It's the easiest way to see inside of it. So we're gonna click here, and it's gonna open up to the same spot. So I'm gonna leave. Actually, I don't mind this name because the name is SQL Server Management System Setup. So let's save that there. And now I'm not gonna click on this yet until this is properly installed. And the fact that it's taking a long time right here, oh well, it's starting to make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. Since it's taking a little bit longer, we're gonna also go over here and we're gonna download the Visual Studio. Now all these will be pasted on the bottom of my descriptions, so we don't have to worry about that. And you might see this later on in the future, so it might be different. Now it says download Visual Studio Code. Which version? Well, I'm going to use Community. I'm not going to pay for it, so Community is free. So everything I'm showing you is the free version of it. Now I was going to download this. This name has no meaning to me. So Visual Studio Community, and this is 2022, and that's what I'm going to download right here. But I'm not going to try to install it yet. That might take a little bit longer. So we're coming over here. Look, this is actually doing a good job. One time it stood right around here for at least 20 minutes and I paused the video and then I put restart right away, and then what happened was it didn't work and it corrupted my video, so I had to redo the video, and then everything I was deleting didn't delete properly, and finally from 3 o'clock to now I finally am able to remake this part of the video. And I'm trying to make them all short, and this is gonna come in really soon. So I'm trying to make my videos like 20 minutes the most, 20 to 30 minutes the most, because some parts might take a little bit longer. So I'm gonna cut them in halves. Okay, and this video is gonna be called the setup, because we're gonna set up all these things right here. And if it goes fast enough, in less than 30 minutes, I will show you how to download a VS Code, a Visual Studio Community theme, because that's the theme I'm probably gonna use. I'm not gonna use one of the ones I updated and edited. I'm gonna use one of the Dark Pro ones that they have. Now this makes sense. Like the connection string is called server localhost. Okay, this is awesome. The SQL administration, this is what you wanted to do in the first place, okay? And it sees the developer stuff is over here. This is where everything is located at. Even though I started it from my my D drive, this is what you have to do. So now I'm gonna customize this, and I'm gonna make one for my MVC project that we're about to do. And you're gonna have this warning coming up, and that's fine. Now we might have to restart the computer. Now we already have a SQL server right here, but I'm gonna perform a new one. The reason I'm performing a new one is because I want to have an MVC server. All right, so I'm just accepting everything. If you guys want to read that, that's on you. We wanted to have a database engine service. That's the most important thing right there, and this is already connected. That's all we need to worry about anything. So let's go connect next, and pretty soon we'll see the instance name. We want it to be not all zeros, but we want it to be MVC server, like that. I'll just capitalize it because the instance ID is going to be capitalized, so it knows we're not going to do that again. And my thing is, I like my stuff separated. I like my stuff to be MVC server, so my server could be working properly and just be MVC. And then when I start learning the Blazor stuff, I'm gonna set one up for Blazor. I was gonna do it in this video, but since this is working properly, I'm not messing it up. All right. I'm not gonna put none of that stuff. I'm just gonna put it next, and I hope everything works out to what it needs to be. This is very important. Make sure you add yourself, because if you don't know what you're doing, it's not gonna know. So this adds the current user, and if you have another user or something that you'd rather use or want to use with it too, I don't have any other users on the computer, so I'm just gonna click next, and it's ready to install. So let's see if this installation is gonna actually install properly. When this installation is done, and if I don't have to restart right away, I will install the setup manager. But if I have to restart with the setup manager, I will install VS Community. And then in my next video will be the manager and explain why and show you why we use the manager. Okay, so far so good. I don't know. Something should pop up a little bit right here and it should be like, yo, let me double check this stuff. You think it's done and then it's still, you still see names like, man, didn't that a million things pass by already? Yes. There's no lying to that. It's amazing how the people program all these things and you don't realize what goes into a project like of this magnitude until you see all the stuff that's in there. Okay, so that database engine was made successfully. So let's close this out. Now I could do the same thing right here and we could do this one for my Blazor. So I have all three of them. So we're gonna go next. We're gonna go, we don't care about that so much, we're just gonna skip that. And the reason I'm doing it now is so I don't forget to do it later. And I'm gonna click and accept and next. And I'm doing this now so because sometimes it gets confusing a little bit later when you're doing all the stuff of how to do it. So everything's the same way like it was before. I'm not gonna change none of this because, you know, you could mess up the program. Now, if you know what you're doing better than I do and you know how to change it properly, by all means, go ahead. All right, so that one's that, and this is gonna be called Blazor server. And then right here, we're gonna type in Blazor. See, now I hate when they, I don't know why they do that. So, all caps, that's Blazor server. Oops. All right, and then we click here, and it's gonna do it. We're gonna go next. And the same thing's gonna happen. We're gonna install all this beautiful stuff. And like I said, I'm not doing it because I'm trying to be, you know, better than somebody else. I'm doing it because this is how I want to set up my computer. So I could do my Blazor projects on the Blazor server, and I could do my MVC projects on the MVC server. It's that simple. I'm not trying to be special. It's just I like to organize my stuff properly. So as we install this again, I will pause this. So now that that's installed correctly, we could close this out and we could close this out. Now you see right here, instead of just closing it right out, we already downloaded it. So we could click here. It's gonna take us to this page, same page. All right, we could close all these pages out. We don't need them. So let's go ahead and see if we could set this up. Sometimes when we install this, it wants us to restart the computer right away. Now, because it's using the program files x86 and stuff like that, I don't try to move it around, because when you try moving that around, then you know it's like so I do use my C drive, but I'm trying to use, and my C drive is actually faster than my D drive because my C drive is like the SSD fast one, and my D drive is just a bigger one that's, you know, it holds more information. So I like using my D drive for, you know, holding all that information of my projects. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna try to set this up on the D drive. I've done it before, it worked, but I don't want everybody that's looking at this video to do it on everything on their D drive or a different drive, and then it messes up and they blame me because I don't know how to help you out of that. There are different ways to delete these things, but yeah, I'm not gonna go through all that big headache. I'm trying to show you the easiest way to set these things up. Now, if this asks me to restart the computer, I will restart it later, and I will install Visual Studio Community 2022 first. I'm pointing over there because I'm looking at it. It's over there. This I'm pointing at that. All right. Now this might take a little bit longer, so let's pause this video so you don't have to see 20 minutes of me loading this stuff. Because right now it looks like it's downloading stuff, and then it's installing it. Well, the good news is that the setup was completed successfully without needing to restart first. So I'm closing it now, and now it's time to set up Visual Studio Community 2022. The reason I'm setting this up right now, yeah, let's just press continue. It's gonna download stuff, and then it's gonna install stuff. And right now it's just installing the installer to help. Trust me, just if you have Windows, I've tried this without that. This makes it 10 times easier, and I don't want to do it any other way. So this is cool, and there's a lot of things we could install later. Like I'm gonna use ASP.NET. Obviously, I'm not gonna download that or that right now. I'm not doing mobile development yet, but I'll download this. I'm not doing anything with C++. This universal platform, I will. Anything with C, just mainly C++. I'm not doing gaming at all right now, but I probably will do that later. This is mainly for Python. I don't need it. I had the extension. I could put Office, and I'm thinking about putting the Office SharePoint development on, but for this video, I'll do it later. And you see down here, you could have install while downloading or download and then install. I'm gonna put install while downloading because it installs the whole package first, you know. And I'm just gonna click install right here. All right, like I said, we just doing the setup. Now this is gonna need 5.3 gigabytes of information. Remember back in the day when you had 56K modem and you could only use, you know, you couldn't even look at a picture, and you be downloading the picture and you're thinking you're getting the picture you want, and it's the wrong Pokemon, even though I don't think Pokemon was that one. Either way, if you try to download a He-Man or a Transformer picture and it's high definition, by high definition, it was like 5 megabytes. It took 5 days to download. Never mind a video that took like 2 weeks. So all you guys out there looking at the adult film videos, it took you like 3 days or 4 days, like literally 4 days to download one video, and you were so excited. And don't think about what they call it. Think about watching it on Netflix or something like that, because you ain't gonna get it on Netflix. It's not gonna happen. So what I'm gonna do, because we're only 7% installed and 1 gigabyte, I will pause it again so you don't have to see the whole installation. And I'm gonna keep this stop after installation on. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. All right. So I just wanted to show you that 100% downloaded, and now the installation part is going crazy. Now, when you see this and you was like, you know, while you're waiting, I'll just go browse the internet or whatever. You notice that it says 50% because, well, half of it is actually downloading the stuff. The other half is actually installing the stuff, and this could take a while. I'm a little bit more than halfway, and it's only at 25% because some Microsoft instructions or whatever those MSI stands for, I believe that stands for Microsoft something, I forgot what it is. It takes a lot longer to install because it has to make sure everything is going right, or there's more packages in that one package. It's like a zip file sometimes. You know, there's more than one stuff in there. So yeah, we're doing that, and I'm waiting on that. Yep. So I'm gonna repause this until this is done. Sometimes when I pause it, like it'll jump way over here, and I'm like, okay, it's almost done, and then it'll be right here, and then it'll be like 10 more minutes. But that's not. It doesn't always take that long. It's taking longer because I'm redoing it and redoing it and redoing. So, you know, that's one of the reasons it takes longer. That I was messing everything up on the SQL 2019 server stuff. So once it pops up, I'll show you. Like I said, if you have a lot of errors in it, you're gonna have to Google it. I might be able to help you with 1 or 2 errors. And while we're waiting for this to download, let me show you a trick that helped me, because I was having a problem deleting or removing some of these, you know, the MSQL server one. So when I went to redo it, I already had it on there, and like we're more than, this says 30% here of being done, but like that looks like it's more than halfway to me. It should be more. So one thing I had to do was I had to go to all the apps and stuff like that. I believe it's SQL, right? No, it's not SQL. So right there is not gonna work. So what was it? Apps. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's probably this one. Apps and features. Here we go. Because what happened? They had you run it with the Windows and R button, and they had like different ways of doing it. That app wizard right here, that's your apps and features. So it'll just, if you click that and press OK, it's just gonna open this again, or that one again, and then you turn on different features right here, which I'm not worried about right now. So in here, you want to go anywhere and you press SQL, I gotta learn how to spell. My caps is locked still on, and then I was deleting everything through here, which was great because when you do it through here, what happened was it allowed me to remove the original actual database or server, that is the SQL server, and it usually has a number. Oh, right here. When I was removing it from here, so I guess that's the better way to remove it from there. But I'm not gonna remove it anymore because it's the second time I did this video. So I showed you that. Let me pause it again. I don't want this video to be like 45 minutes long because of the installations. So good news, we're up to a 99%. But remember I said before, it'd be like, yo, finishing up 99%, and 20 minutes later it finally finishes. I believe it's gonna finish in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close enough. It's like you got the circles going, so that made me happy. And now my baby's crying again in all my videos. So now it's gonna start, and the good thing is that what you have available is you have the other enterprise editions for this installer. There's a possibility you could download 2019. I'm not gonna do that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna close this one out. I'm gonna wait till this installs. Now you see, it's also preparing it for the first use, so it takes a little bit longer, and it has my name and stuff like that. Now I'm gonna not do anything here and not create anything yet. I'm gonna continue without code. And we are going to go to, first we're going to go to tools and options. Now I've seen for some strange reason it still has information, even though I completely deleted everything in my information to do something over here. So it doesn't have none of my other themes in there, which is okay. But it has my shortcut, meaning control comma. And it opens this up, so that means my keyboard bindings are still VS Code keyboard bindings. Let's check. Visual Studio Code, there you go. My fonts and colors, I'm not gonna mess with that until after, but at least they're still the same size I want. Like if you go into environment over here, I changed it to 12, but for here I could do 14. For my laptop I needed a 12 or less because this is too big. All right, so another thing we could do, we could go to extensions and manage extensions, and we could go online. And I like the one dark theme, I think it's called. Oops. There's a couple of them I like, so we'll install a couple of them. One more, I don't know, one dark pro, that's the one I like. I don't like the good night theme because it's actually that light. You can see a difference in it. You see the where the moon is at. I don't like that. I don't remember what this one is. And dark theme 2019. I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to get some crazy ones. I didn't think Cyberpunk's my favorite theme, but I have to edit it sometime. So I don't even know what this one is. They got the Marvel one. I didn't like the Marvel one. But I'm not saying they're all bad or anything. They got the red theme. That's crazy. Oh, I'm gonna have to go Matrix. I'm gonna see that movie when it comes out, and then I'm gonna close this. Now, in order for that to install, you gotta close this out. And then you're gonna see the Visual Studio something Explorer installer. I don't know what the IX stands for. I forgot. So there you go. We're gonna press modify, and that's basically adding them. This should go by fast, and then we're just gonna reopen it. Now I don't need this open anymore because we got everything. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes, I'm sure. We don't need this open no more. So let's close this. Too many things open. I don't want to close that. We kind of need this. And what I'm gonna do for my setup, the only thing I'm gonna do is set up the theme itself that I figured it'd be done by now. There it is. All three of them are done. And just because I love the Matrix that much, I don't want to start the experiment. I want this right here. So I'm gonna put that there. And the Microsoft SQL Server already came over here because he knows I like him there. This is the manager, and I'll explain manager when we connect to the database on the code. Let's open the Visual Studio Code, and let's get to what we want to get to. We want to get it to look like the Matrix. I don't know. It's probably gonna be greenish. All right. And it shows my old wedding planner that shouldn't be there no more. So we're gonna remove it. I don't know why it's there because I removed it, deleted it, and it's showing me some other setup. So let's create the new project. And this is all we're gonna do is create it from an MVC. and I want the top one, MVC model view controller. So I'll double click that. We're gonna call this wedding planner, like you just saw there. I don't know why it popped up. I already deleted it. And we could change this to app. I'm not going to. I will be changing this to my my D drive and .NET folder. So select that folder. So we're gonna call this wedding planner. It's gonna add a wedding planner there called next. Now I see it has .NET 6. Sometimes in the updates, I don't think I have the update on it yet, you'll see MVC 5 or .NET 5, whatever. I'm gonna do everything 6, so it don't matter. So we're gonna create this. It's the only things we need to create at this time. I'm not gonna worry about connecting to the database, nothing like that. And the only reason I'm creating this as it is so we can see the matrix theme. That's the only reason why I have it like this. So it might be underneath a different theme that I have. You might see the you might actually see the cyberpunk theme in here. So let's go control this question mark. So I don't see the cyber theme. So I'm gonna try for the matrix theme. I'm hoping for the best. All right. Oh no, that's horrible looking. Horrible. Let's go to home controller and see if it's gonna be green like that. Okay, this is not that bad. But the problem with this is that it's too green and there's nothing here. So let's try another, actually let's see what else. Let's see what else, how green everything else is. Let's go to the views. And this is the index. It has some stuff in it. Yeah, everything is green. You can't tell what's what half the time. Yeah, like lighter greens. That's not good enough for me. I need to go to here. I gotta change that theme. It's too green for me. So and nothing's dropping down in the background. So one Monoki, I can remember this one. I know I like one dot theme a lot, so I don't like this one at all. Even though I like the colors on the background. Let's see. I could probably work with this one. Let's go to the where are we going to the fonts and colors right here, and we could go to the text editor, items background. See the item foreground. Let's see if it's, oh, that's just makes the letters black, I believe. Yeah, let's see. We don't want to do that to this. We can't see nothing. So let's go back there. Let's not do that. Let's go to the automatic, the default item background. I want the background, the text editor background to be black. I want to see that says default, so I want it to be black. Let's see what that does. That's all I need. That's all I need change, and that's all I'm going to use. And therefore, now you see what I'm going to use, monarchy background, and we changed this for everything, and it looks so much cleaner that way. I really like the colors on this right here, and I could change this around. Now you press Control question mark, and now you go to fonts and colors, right? And I don't want stuff like to be that. I want them to be like 14 or something like that, right? And then we could come down here, and I want to do the same thing for package manager console. That's this down here. I want it to be 12. Okay. And then we also want the environment. My baby wants to yell over me. That's all right though, I guess. So we want it to be I'm just gonna go to cover new. That's like my favorite. And I want to put that to also like 14, is it? And press OK. See what that looks like. Now everything's a little bit bigger. So when the next video, when it's time to code, we will code. Now I ignore this message right here because this never adds properly. This never installs properly. So the next video we're gonna do, we're gonna set up. We're gonna add the models in here, the DTO folder, and my son will stop crying. We're gonna add the DTO folder, the models. We're gonna add the context folder, and we're gonna show you how there's no startup and how do you fix the startup. Add the connection strings, and we're gonna work with this right here. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. I should do it, but I'll do it next video because next video we're gonna do setting up the database anyway and connecting it. So that's enough for this video. I don't want to make it too long. Where we at here? We at 29 minutes. So that's it. Thank you. I just want to make them like 30 minutes the most. So have a good night. Hopefully I could do one more.